You or someone you love needs help for an addiction. Where do you turn? Foundations Recovery Network offers individualized treatment for the whole person. Our goal goes beyond short-term sobriety. We address substance abuse and co-occurring mental health issues together, providing a firm foundation for long-term recovery. The first step is often the hardest, but we're here with a free assessment, insurance information, and treatment options. Our confidential helpline is available 24/7. So call 877-714-1318 and discover the Foundations Recovery Network difference today.
This is Rich Roll, and you're listening to Sober Guy Radio.
Yo, what's up? Thank you for tuning in today. Thanks to Humans for bringing us in. Thanks to you for supporting the show. Be sure to check us out at thatsoberguy.com for past episodes, resources. Also connect with us on Instagram and Twitter at RealThatSoberGuy on Instagram and at Shane Raymer on Twitter. We have the first Sober Guy live show September 7th at the Phoenix Theater in Petaluma, California with special guest TJ Woodward, creator of Conscious Recovery. And you can go to www.thephoenixtheater.com or thatsoberguy.com/live events for tickets. This show is going to be a damn good show, a lot of good content. We're going to have a lot of fun. It will sell out. So if you're in the Northern California area, be sure to get your tickets. I think they're only selling roughly 200. So be sure to get them as soon as you can to make sure you get a ticket to the first Sober Guy live show. Once again, that's September 7th at the Phoenix Theater in Petaluma, California. We got a lot going on this week. There's been some crazy things happening in the recovery community, as well as my personal life. So trying to balance work and family and everything that comes along with recovery, and just trying to live each day, trying to do the grind, trying to do the next right thing. All of that can be heavy sometimes. So I wanted to start today by saying that life is short and you never know when your time is going to be up. So please enjoy each day, live in the moment, laugh a lot, love a whole lot. When we leave this earth, we don't take any of the materialistic shit that we all think is so important with us. It's meaningless. It's a chasing of the wind, according to Ecclesiastes. But there is a chance we might take some of the good times, some of the laughs, some of the love in our hearts on the way up. And there's an even greater chance that when we choose to live a life full of love and full of service and full of honor, we just might encourage those who loved us and those who knew us to find it in themselves to live another day, striving to be just a little bit better and love just a little bit more. Now, I'd like to dedicate this episode to Chris from the Dopey podcast. Bro, you will be missed. You were brave enough to share your own struggles with the world, and in doing so, you touched lives across the planet, man. Your spirit rests in the peace only God can provide, but your memory on this earth will never be forgotten. To Dave, Chris was your partner, your homie, your brother, your co-host, your friend. I hope you find comfort in the many good times and the many good memories that you guys created together, both on the Dopey podcast and on the outside in your personal lives. I'd encourage you to keep going, man. Although I only had the pleasure of chatting with Chris a few times, a couple of times through email, I think once or twice on the phone, I'm certain he would want you to continue on and carry the legacy of the Dopey podcast to the next chapter. After all, there's still a lot of dope fiends out there looking for a lifeline who don't even know yet that they're part of the Dopey Nation. Much love and respect from the Sober Guy crew. Now, besides our family and our loved ones, what do you think the most important thing we have is? What do you think the most important thing in your life is right now? It's not our house. It's not our car. It's not how much money is in our bank account. It's not how many followers we have on social media. It's not how buff we are or how thin we are. It's not what we do for a living or what we don't do for a living. It's not how we look or how we smell. It's not what we eat or what we drink. It's not what we wear or how big and shiny our motherfucking watch is. It's time. It's time. Time is the most important thing. If I lose my house, I can buy another one. If I lose all my money, shit, I'll make more. If I lose time, I will never get that time back. So how important is time to you? How important is living in the moment and taking the time to recognize and enjoy the moments we have with the ones that we love, with our friends, with our family? Those moments are priceless. Those moments that happen, and after they happen, they become a memory. And in those moments are some of the most important times in our lives, spending that time with people. That's what's important. Now, many of us spent years wasting time, getting high, ruining relationships, abusing our bodies, abusing our minds. We spent time doing things we're not proud of, things that we wish we could take back, but we can't. I can't take back the things that I did. I can't take back the time that I wasted. I will never get that time back. But here's what I can do. I can enjoy right now. I can enjoy right now. In fact, as I was writing some of these notes out, my son came out here. And he actually scared the shit out of me because I had the back, my back is to the door right now. And it was a moment where he scared me and I kind of scared him, and then I gave him a big hug. And it's late right now. I'm tired. I'm fucking exhausted, actually. But the grind continues, and the act of doing these things does not stop in life. But what was important in the moment, even though I was right in the middle of something and I'm trying to get it done, it was this moment with my son where he came out here and he asked me, he said, "Dad, where's your magic tricks?" And here's a little secret that I've never talked about before on the show ever. Out of over 200 and some episodes, I don't think I've ever mentioned it. When I was a kid, my Grandpa Jack did some cool things, man. One of the things was he took me backpacking. So I've mentioned that before. You guys know I just got off of a backpacking trip. We take, a couple trips a year. So he instilled that in me as a kid. And the other thing was magic. He taught me how to do magic tricks, card tricks, coin tricks, all kinds of cool tricks. When I was a kid, he would bust one out one day and he'd say, "Check this out, Shaner." And so that little art of magic, and there's much, I know, magic is kind of a funny thing because you think magic, it's kind of goofy. It's, it's like, it's magic, right? But there's much more to it psychologically than I think the average person realizes. There is deception involved. There is, and I mean deception in a good way, right? The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing type of thing. So while you're looking at my right hand, I'm doing something with the left hand to pull off the trick, right? That's the basis kind of magic. We're going to distract you over here and we're going to pull the carpet out from under you over there. But it was so much fun as a kid. It was a hobby, and it was fun to do for friends and for family. And, as I got older, obviously into my later teens, and, I didn't do it as much anymore. And, as I got in my 20s, it, pretty much kind of fizzled out, but I still kept this box of all my magic tricks, right? And so I got to show Cash and Lucy that in the last couple of years and bust it out every now and again. I think every time we moved a few times, and when we would move, that box would come out and oh yeah, let's check out what's in here. So anyway, so Cash comes out and they must have busted the box out tonight, and he said, "I want to do those magic tricks." Now I got this whole list of things to go down, and like I said, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. But what do I do in that moment? I stop what I'm doing. I get up and I go inside and I spend some time with him, 15 minutes even. It's almost 10:30 at night right now. I had a long ass day today. Okay, and I have to think, and I'm not giving myself, two pats on the back here. I'm talking this out because it's so important, and I don't do it all the time. That's part of the reason I'm talking it out, and I'm trying to understand myself as much as maybe you're trying to understand what the hell I'm talking about here. But those moments are so precious and so important. And so to take that 15 minutes, that I just stopped for a minute before I started recording and go spend it with him, going over some of these magic tricks and having some laughs and having some fun and actually giving him one too. Here you go, bud. Here's one that's perfect for you to practice. I told him, go practice in the mirror tomorrow. Look in the mirror and give it a shot until you get it. And he'll be going around saying, I have this ordinary box and this ordinary deck of cards. It's funny, man. It's fun. It makes me smile. It makes me feel great inside to experience those moments, because I wasted so many moments like that in my addiction. And I'm sure many of you listening have done the same thing. But here's the good news. We can't get that time back. But you know what we can do? We can enjoy right now. We can enjoy those moments when we're conscious and in the moment, to stop for a second and play with our kids, or stop for a second and enjoy our time with our wives or our husbands or our friends or our family. Enjoy the moment. We can go to bed at night and thank God that we made it through another day. How many of us do that? When you lay down at night, do you say, thank you? Thank you, God. I made it through another day. Thank you for today. I'm so grateful for everything that happened today. Even if some shitty things happen, at least you made it through. That's gratitude. That attitude right there goes a long way. We can wake up in the morning and thank God for the first breath we take. When my eyes open, I try consciously every morning, thank you, God. Let me give a little gratitude. Let me drink some water. Let me grab some coffee. Let me meditate. Let me pray on it for a minute. Let me eat something healthy, drink a protein shake, whatever it is. Let me get on that positive wave for a moment, because this life is fucking short. It's short. It goes by in the blink of an eye. I think my dad used to tell me that. Life goes by fast. We can be grateful that someone loves us and that we have people to love. That's a good one right there. And if you don't have anybody that you think loves you, I'll tell you right now, I got love for you. Even though that might seem weird. You reach out to people, they have love for you. People just want to be loved. And we just want to love someone too. So those of us that have that, not everybody does. That's something to be grateful for in the morning. I wake up every morning and I'm grateful that my wife loves me. My kids love me. Like, how huge is that? These are the things that, I never recognized before. I was blind to them because I was so caught up in my head and figuring out ways to escape reality, when all I want to do today is embrace reality. I want to live in the moment. I want to enjoy this life. I want to enjoy this time. I wasted so many years living in the past, playing the victim role, blaming others for all the bullshit I created. How many of us have done that? How many of you listening right now have walked around with the V on your forehead? That V stands for victim. I did. Oh, I had a rough childhood growing up. It was crazy. Oh, man. We were poor. I was broke. I don't have any money. I lost my job. I'm stupid. I'm not smart. Those are the types of things I used to tell myself. They're not true. They're lies. BS. But the victim role and blaming others for all the bullshit I created I lost time. I lost my teens to anger and confusion. I lost my 20s to addiction and resentment. And I got to say, I'll be damned if I lose my 30s to anything that's not worthy of my time. I want to live in the moment. I want to live a life free from regret. I want to live a life free from anger, free from worry, and obviously free from addiction. I want to know that God will carry all my weight. That's a huge one. I don't have to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I don't. And the only way that I don't have to do that is by giving it up to God. And don't get caught up in the God thing. I want to encourage those out there who are listening who might have an issue with it. Your God doesn't have to be a Catholic God, a Christian God, a Muslim God. It doesn't have to put, you don't have to put a face or a religion on God. Just know there is a God and it's not you. One of the greatest lines my sponsors ever told me before. I love it. Thank you, buddy. Makes a lot of sense. I think that came from, I asked him one day, well, how do you deal with a sponsee who doesn't believe in God? And he said, that's simple. I just tell him. You don't have to believe in something specific, but just know there is a God and it's not you. Simple as that. And I think he also said, and I like this one too, well, can you see God working through me? Do you see God working through other people? And if you say yes to that, then there it is again. There's something higher. And if there's not, so be it. I'm going to act like there is. I'm going to take my chances that there is. Crazy day today. Crazy, crazy time this week. I just want to encourage everybody out there, take a little bit of time on some meditation practice, on some prayer, and just be grateful. Be grateful you're breathing today. I think what I want to do, I want to stop right here and I want to dedicate, these last 15, 30 minutes to Chris from Dopey. Peace, love, respect. Keep your blood clean.